You're listening to KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine.
The opinions and views expressed in this program do not reflect those of KUCI, its management, or the UC Board of Regents. To find out more about this talk show or other talk shows broadcasting on KUCI, log on to our website at kuci.org or check out the latest program guide.
This is Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at La Mirada Theater for the Performing Arts for their presentation of Newsies.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with...
Hi, how are you? I'm Paul Scheffler. Well, nothing. I just had a great time tonight. I hope everybody else did. It seems like it's a great show, and come on out.
Great. And which character did you play tonight?
I played Pulitzer, the bad guy. Well, like a lot of guys who love power, he just wants more of it. So that's how it goes. When people go against him, he turns into a Svengali.
Actually, he didn't seem like that bad of a guy, but actually, a lot of stuff he's doing, it's illegal now to do what he did.
Well, I don't know. We're seeing a lot of things in politics that are different than anything we've ever seen before, so I'm not so sure. I don't know. I mean, this stuff has always gone on, but what happens behind closed doors is something else entirely that we don't get to see very often.
Well, I'm a big fan of villains and anti-heroes. You were perfect. I mean, some people admired you, some people were envious of you, some people hated you, but no matter what it is, someone had an opinion about it. No one just looked at you and said, I don't feel anything for this guy. Everyone felt something for you.
Well, that's good. I mean, you just want to be hated universally. If you have some dimensionality to it, then people tend to feel a lot of different things. So, I don't know. Maybe I did a good job that way. I hope so.
Yeah, if my viewers decide to come by and see this piece, what should I expect to see?
Oh, you're going to have a great time. It's high energy. These kids who are playing the Newsies are unbelievably talented. They're unbelievable dancers. There's a great energy in the show. You will be highly, highly entertained.
Yeah, I loved it myself, as well as the audience, because there was a standing ovation at the end. Yeah. It was just fantastic.
Yeah, no, it really is. I mean, the audience really picks up on that energy, and we feed off of it, too, because you can feel it coming from people. So, all good.
Yeah. Once again, I love the performance. I really loved your performance. You're a really strong villain. A great villain just makes a great story.
Well, I've done a lot of them, so I'm familiar with that territory. And I try to find humor in the villains and try to make it, not one-dimensional. So, and the writing is very good in this. So, I enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
Yes. Once again, loved it. Thank you very much for being on the show.
You're welcome. Have a good night.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. And I'm here with...
I'm Beth Stafford-Laird. I'm playing Catherine Plummer in Newsies at La Mirada, and you all should come see the show because it's fabulous. This cast is amazing. I'm from New York, but I'm happy to be here for this time and really excited to get to spend some of my summer in La Mirada.
Great. And which character do you play again?
I play Catherine Plummer. Catherine is sort of a pioneer. She's a little ahead of her time. She's really inspired by the story of these boys and their fight for their rights, and I love that she takes it upon herself to really herald their story and become the vehicle for their voice. And I get really fired up listening to the lyrics that these boys get to sing night after night, and it's relevant to today as well. And so that's why I really love getting to play this character.
I really love this performance. I mean, great dancing, great singing. I was invited to like 10 performances today because, Fringe Festival is coming out, a lot of big openings. I'm glad I came to this one. I made the right choice. This was the best of all the 10.
I'm really glad to hear you say that. That's great. And I think everybody else would feel that way too. So they should come and check it out.
Yeah. Once again, love your performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Take care.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. And I'm here with...
Alex Bracken. I'm a New York actor. I'm here doing Newsies at La Mirada Playhouse, and originally from St. Louis, Missouri, yeah.
And which character did you play tonight?
I play Jack Kelly. Jack is he's a bit of a dreamer and a tortured soul at the same time. He loves his brothers, and he would do anything for them, and that's what the heart of the show, I think.
I love your performance. You were so exhilarating. Just captured the audience. I mean, there was a standing ovation at the end of it.
Thank you. Yeah, the show has that effect. People love the show. It inspires people. People see the boys up there dancing, and it's an inspiration for younger kids to start dancing. And the message is really, really powerful. That if you really, really stand up for what you believe in, you can achieve it.
I agree, because again, I'm a journalist, so basically I deal with unfairness all the time. Some things I just say, things will never change, I can't do it. But it's really good, refreshing to get a time when things were changed, because back then they didn't have child labor laws.
No.
Yeah. I mean, things have changed a lot since back then.
Yeah, it's amazing the show has the effect the show has on the younger generations, and just the kids that look up to it, and the kids that look at the people doing the show and the boys up there dancing and say, yes, I can do that, and I want to work on my craft, and I want to get up every day and like work for what I believe in.
Once again, I love that. I thought you were fantastic. Just knocked the ball out of the park. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you. Appreciate it so much.
Yeah. Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with...
Hi, I'm Austin Myers, and I played Crutchy. I'm 22 years old. I go to school at UCSD down in San Diego, and this is my second time here with McCoy Rigby at La Mirada. I was previously in Lost in Yonkers up here when I was 13.
Great, and which character did you play tonight?
I played Crutchy the newsie. Crutchy is definitely the emotional heart of the story. It's fun, and he's actually a part that I've wanted to play for a long time because Crutchy is the audience's into the world that these newsies live in. He gives you a sense of the stakes of how hard it can be to be a newsie, but the sense of purpose that they need to have and the ideology that they have to be able to keep going and selling newspapers day after day, even when they only have one working leg.
If my viewers decide to come by and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
Incredible dancing. Some of the best dancing that I've ever seen. These boys work their butts off, and some really heartfelt storytelling.
I agree. I love the singing, I love the dancing, I love the acting. Obviously, those are triple threats for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. We have some of the most incredible cast from all over. Many from here around town, some from New York, some from, I'm from San Diego, so yeah, the cast is phenomenal.
Yeah, I particularly loved your character because, like you said, it's the heart and soul. Basically, if you were disabled in the old days, say you worked at a job and you got your arm cut off, they would just fire you.
Oh yeah,
and you'd have to sell newspapers.
Absolutely, your life would relatively be over, especially for someone like Crutchy, who's an orphan, doesn't have anybody else taking care of him. He's really lucky that he had Jack taking care of him, which is really nice that they started the show like that with that relationship. So you get a heart into Jack as the main character and his relationship that he has with Crutchy, and it's just been really great working with Alex, who's the lead, because Alex was the understudy for Jack on tour. And so coming in first day, Alex was ready to go. We were supposed to just be singing through, practicing the first song, and he jumped right into it and just started acting it with me, and basically as pretty much how we do it on stage today. So it's been such a pleasure getting to build that relationship with him.
Once again, I love your performance. Again, playing a person with a disability, obviously you have to play it a certain way. You did it beautifully. I didn't feel sorry for you, but at the same time you conveyed the message. So I thought you were wonderful.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Thank you once again for being on the show.
Of course. Have a good day.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Michael James from La Mirada's Newsies. Well, I grew up in Simi Valley. I moved to Pennsylvania to go to school for theater, and then I moved to New York to pursue my dream of acting, and it's just so funny to come back and do a show so close to home. And it's wonderful. The audience is loving it, and I couldn't have asked for a better opening.
And which character did you play?
I played Racetrack, the one with the cigar. I feel like you can't miss like how large I am, so you gotta have to play on. He has all the Harvey Firestein's lines, so you kind of have to play like wise guy, but like how do you play him wise guy if everyone like picks on him? And so I play him with a really high timbre voice, and I think he's misunderstood. He can't really, like, literally misunderstood. He really cannot speak very well, but he plays up by it with his toughness. So my take on Racetrack is that he makes all the money, and he doesn't take nothing. No friendships, it's all business. Yeah.
I love the way you played him. You really stood out there, but so appropriately. You gave him so much character. You made it larger than life.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. I feel like you can't be that large with Newsies. You got to. There's nothing large enough in Newsies. You got to keep going. And I like to think that the larger you are, I like to be larger and have the director pull me back than have to try to be bigger than I am. Yeah.
Also, love the dancing, love the acting, love the singing. You guys were fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Isn't the dancing incredible? Ricky Hines is one of the best choreographer directors out there in the business right now. He is absolutely wonderful to work with.
Yeah. Now that I really love this story, because back then, we have child labor laws. You can't do, it's illegal basically do right now what they did back then.
Right. It's absolutely illegal. And, if they didn't pave the way for us, we wouldn't have unions. And I'm a member of Actors Equity Union And so it's just so nice to see a story that's so relevant in today's society, where it's, stand up to the big man, women reporters, women strong, and there's no such thing as the little man anymore. It's all about getting out there and letting your voice get heard and getting stuff done. So that's why I love Newsies.
Again, love the performance. I especially loved your performance. You're fantastic.
It's so much. Thank you. I really do appreciate that. It's, I hope that I'm good, because I got a lot of student debt I have to pay off. So I would hope that I can make a career out of this.
Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Doug Carfrey. Other than I'm having the greatest time doing this, and the boys, the Newsies are triple, quadruple threats. They're the best, and the show for me is just exciting to watch the energy of these young guys and doing this dancing. It's just incredible. I mean, I play all the old guys, and so I just watch them and go, oh my God, if I could ever have done that, but I couldn't. Never was able to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, and which character did you play tonight?
Well, let's see. I play Wiesel, I play Jacoby, I play the stage manager, and I play the mayor. I change mustaches and costumes all the time. I like Jacoby the best. He's an old Jewish delicatessen guy, and I like him. But Wiesel is the mean guy, and playing a mean guy is fun. And I get to chase the kids around with a bat, so that's always fun.
So what's your take on Wiesel? Is he just the villain, or is there a backstory to him?
No. Wiesel isn't a villain. I mean, everybody has to do their job, and Wiesel's job is to sell paper. And he, if the finances of the time, if the boys were paid more money, Wiesel would make less money. It's about the strongest, the fittest, the ones that are in the guys on top. There are people on top of Wiesel, the people on top of him, all the way up. Wiesel is the guy, the middleman, and he's not a bad guy. He's just they want to have a union and they're children, and they shouldn't do that. I mean, he's not a bad guy.
I thought he was scared. I thought he was just terrified of the change.
That would be. I mean, change is always hard, and if the boys make more money, Wiesel's going to make less money. It's all about that. The finances of the world were changing at that time, and suddenly unions were growing, and the people that were in charge were suddenly not in charge anymore, and Wiesel was losing power, his power over the kids, and so that whenever you're losing like that, it has to be a fearful thing, and you take it out on the kids with a bat.
Well, I love the story. I thought because I'm a journalist myself, so obviously I love the newspaper story. I love the fact that it's about child labor and all that. Yeah, but I love the dancing, the singing, the acting. It was just fantastic.
Well, I'm the vice president of Actors Equity Association, so I'm a strong unionist, and I play a union-busting guy in the show, and it's very interesting for me to play that part. I mean, emotionally for me to play that, but I understand it. But it's interesting as a very strong unionist myself to play a union buster.
Well, again, the reason we are where we are right now is because of that stories like this. Because it's illegal now. There's child labor laws.
Yeah,
what they did back then was you just can't do that anymore.
Thank God there are child labor laws, right? Well, and the thing is, today, I'm going to get a little serious for a moment. Unions are under attack today. Unions across the country are under attack. This administration doesn't appreciate that the unions are what the middle class. The unions are the middle class. The unions have always fought for human rights and child rights and civil rights. And what is happening today to the unions is a travesty. And I think the middle class is suffering because the unions are suffering. And I hate to go that direction when we're talking about a lovely show like Newsies, but it resonates today.
Yeah, definitely. I think the things they did back then actually allowed us to enjoy the stuff we have right now.
Right.
So I understand the message. I love the story, and I love your performance. I thought you were fantastic.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thanks.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Josie Montana McCoy.
I tell you what, this show has been wonderful from start to finish. We walked into rehearsal on day one, and there was just an energy in the air that you couldn't deny, and since then we've been ready to work, and these boys who were dancing their butts off up there have been incredible from start to finish, and I am so thrilled to be able to bring this show to life up on the La Mirada stage. It's beautiful.
Great, and which character did you play?
I was Davey. He's a little bit of a nerd in the beginning, but Jack and Race and the fellows sort of lighten him up and really show him some humanity and show him what his fight really needs to be about.
I loved your performance tonight. The dancing was fantastic. The acting was perfect. And also the message. Oh, come on, I'm a reporter. I mean, we don't have child labor laws in the United States anymore. This was just a fantastic story, a part of the U.S. history.
Well, thank you so much. It's a beautiful thing to be able to tell it. So thank you so much.
Okay, once again, love your performance. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Of course, thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm here with
Debrion Poema. I play Meta Larkin in Newsies, and it is the role of a lifetime. It's so much fun telling this amazing story.
Okay. And what's your take on Meta Larkin?
She is the maternal figure for Jack Kelly of the Newsboys, as well as the rest of the Newsboys.
If my viewers decide to come out and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
They should expect to see amazing talent on the stage that echoes beautifully a story that needs to be told of our history.
I agree. I thought the dancing was fantastic. The singing was fantastic. The acting was fantastic. I love your solo.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I'm having so much fun. I love these boys. They're wonderful.
Also, the story, very hard. It's a story about if you really want something done, you got to do it yourself. Try hard enough, and eventually something will happen.
Exactly.
I just love that story.
And the fact that it is a true story makes it even more riveting.
Yeah, a lot. First of all, there are child labor laws now.
Exactly.
A lot of stuff we have now, we owe to people like that.
Exactly. To that specific event. Yes. When the Newsboys stop the world. Exactly.
Okay. Well, I love the performance. I loved your singing. I loved your acting. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm with?
I'm Mark Ginsberg. I'm originally from Philadelphia, living out here in Los Angeles, and I'm playing Seitz and Snyder in Newsies. Seitz he's the yes man. He's Joseph Pulitzer's editor, and he pretty much he's riding his coattails to success, but every once in a while feels that they're close enough to that he can interject his own opinion on things, sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. And Snyder is just a bad man. He owns the refuge and basically collects money when he collects children and puts them in this child prison.
I'm a great fan of villains and anti-heroes. You know that. The way you dress, the way you came out, you just basically colored the entire stage with the character. I just feel him oozing kind of slime.
Thanks. Yeah, I'll tell you, it has to do with a long black coat, a mustache, and a bowler hat. I mean, every bad guy needs those. It should be issued to them, so it feels great getting into it. I love playing bad guys.
If my viewers decide to come out and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
Oh, well, we'll get it out of the way and just say the dancing and what these boys are providing every night is like nothing I've ever experienced before. They work so hard, they're so fabulous, but beyond that, they're telling an amazing story of people standing up for their rights, and it's very, very important, especially today. So aside from just a really good time and a lot of fun dancing, there's a really important story behind it.
You know, out there, a lot of openings are happening right now. You know, the Fringe Festival is coming out, right?
Absolutely.
I had 10 invitations this week to go to openings. I had to make my decision. I know McCoy Rigby has this outstanding reputation. I know the story, love the story. I made the right decision. I think of all the 10, this is the best one to go to right now.
I'm glad to hear that. Thank you so much. Yeah, please come and see us, everybody. We're here for another few weeks, and I guarantee you won't be let down.
Loved your performance.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm at KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine. I'm with?
I'm Katy Perry. I'm so thrilled to be a part of this production, and the McCoy Rigby entertainment family is just the best. So I'm thrilled to be here and to be a part of this production of Newsies.
Great. And which characters did you play?
I played the Bowery Beauty and a nun and the woman. I did a lot of offstage singing, and I understudied Catherine.
If my viewers decide to come by and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
Oh, it's so much fun. It's great for the whole family. Tons of dancing. It's really moving too. You know, it's emotional, and I think everybody can relate to it. It's just a beautiful, beautiful show. And Alan Menken's score is stunning.
Yeah, I love the singing. I love the dancing. I love the acting and the story. Again, like you said, the story. Well, first of all, what happened back then? It's illegal to do that nowadays.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy that it seems like so long ago, but 1899 is in the big scheme of things is not that long ago. It's kind of crazy how far we've come in that amount of time.
Yeah. Once again, fantastic singing and dancing. I was just mesmerized by the performance.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was invited to like 10 openings this weekend. I had to choose which one to come to. I chose this one and I'm glad. I knew very well it'd be fantastic because of McCoy Rigby, and you guys were a fantastic cast.
Thank you. That means a lot. I'm thrilled that you came and enjoyed it.
All right. Well, thank you once again for being on the show.
Sure. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Travis Burnett. I'm doing musical theater because I think it's just really fun to portray a character to a wonderful audience.
And which character did you play?
I play Les. I take him as like Davy's young, fearless brother.
Do you understand what the story is about?
I think it's about these group of kids wanting to have a right and a say and know that they're not going to be pushed around.
That's right. It was a beautiful story. And, because of those kids, there's a lot of things you don't have to worry about. You don't have to worry about child labor laws. You don't have to worry about your friends going to jail. You don't have to worry about orphanages. All that happened because of them.
Yes, I think that's beautiful. And that's why I love playing this part.
I thought you guys were fantastic. I love the dancing and I love the acting. And obviously, your part was also good because, you were such an adorable little kid.
Thank you so much.
Thank you once again for being on the show.
Thank you.
Newsies will be playing at La Mirada Theater for the Performing Arts from June 1st to the 24th. For more information, go to www.lamiradatheater.com. This is Ashton Marcus, and I'm on location at Broadwater Second Stage Theater for their presentation of The Meatball Chronicles. Hi, my name is Ashton Marcus. I'm with KUCI 88.9 FM in Irvine, and I'm here with
Debrianna Mancini.
I loved you in Breaking Bad as Fran.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm very blessed. A lot of people do.
Okay, and what did you do tonight?
Tonight I'm performing my solo show called The Meatball Chronicles during the Hollywood Fringe Festival.
So, question, why did you decide to write this piece anyway?
Well, I cook a lot. My family grew up cooking, and I realized at some point that everything I ever learned in life, I learned around a meal. And so I started to try and think, well, maybe I could cook on stage. And then I started writing the piece, and it sort of took on a life of its own. And I don't actually cook on stage. It's too logistically hard to do that. But I talk enough about food, so people leave here and they're kind of hungry.
If my viewers decide to come by and see this piece, what should they expect to see?
They should expect to go on a kind of a journey. Basically, it's my family's recipe for a meatball. Each of the components of the meatball has a story attached to it, and it really all comes together in the end, just like a meatball does, but it's got a lot of stories, a lot of family, a lot of love, a lot of struggle, and it's about finding myself through a meatball.
Yeah, I love this piece. Again, I've seen stories about one's life story. The ones I don't like are people who say, well, I met Dean Martin, and we sang drinks together, we had martinis, and they say nothing but that, of the famous people they've been. But I love the ones in which they start a self-reflection about the pain in their lives. Some things were actually quite shocking of what you said, because I never expect that from you, or you just expose that about the trauma in your childhood, and I thought it was wonderful.
Thank you. It's funny. It actually, the whole idea, it sort of came to me, this section of how it ended up being written was, a friend of mine said to me, I have no idea why you cook. I don't know why you wouldn't have stopped. And for me, it's how I find my joy and how I found myself, and and really made peace with all of the history that comes with being here as the first generation from an immigrant family.
I think it's also a way some people express love, or some people, because our parents are just as broken as we are. In fact, I once asked my mother when I was a real young kid, how am I going to be able to find a wife? You know what she told me? She told me, study hard, become a doctor, and buy a big house. And that's it. That's what she said. That's what she said.
Well, I would say learn how to cook a great meal. A friend of mine told me that he got his wife by learning how to cook two things really well, and he impressed her by cooking her dinner. So, yeah, I say that a lot of love and compassion and creativity and bringing people together happens around a meal.
But I also liked in the piece about self-reflection, because it's like, when we basically look at ourselves, it's like, who are we? Some people can hide themselves behind, like, good grades. As long as I get good grades, people will love me. Or as long as I can cook, people will love me. And we hide ourselves behind, but who are we? I mean, suppose I can't cook. Suppose I suddenly get, or say because I'm a great baseball player, people love. Suppose I break my leg and I can't play baseball anymore. What am I going to do with the rest of my life? I mean, that's the only thing I can do. And again, that's the same thing that some people feel their cooking is. They think this is them, but it's not really them.
Yeah, it's really, a lot of the story is really about how I found myself and what I was hiding behind. And I had no idea that it was my cooking until I finally pieced it all together. Really just crying through a meal and going, what's wrong with me? And it finally came to me that this was all the pieces of my life coming together, and why I share it the way I do is because it's a healing thing for me to do, and a loving thing for me to do.
I also love the fact that now that you're saying, well, I do this because I can express myself. It's not because this is who I am. Because again, you communicate so much about how you actually found yourself, which is just a beautiful story of a person who had a somewhat abusive childhood, or a very traditional childhood, in which basically you weren't, you're only supposed to speak when spoken to, things like that. Yeah. And basically you discover yourself. So that's what I really loved about this piece. I thought it was really fantastic.
Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. It seems I was hoping that I would write it in a way that it would cross all boundaries. It's not just about Italian people and Italian food. It's really, even though that's the center of it and the heartbeat of it, it's really about people and how we learn and grow and hopefully take the things the adversities that are given to us and then make them into something beautiful.
I hear you're having a special event on Saturday also.
Yes, I'm holding a benefit. It's lunch and the show, and lunch will be served after the performance at Hunter and Charlie's, and it's a benefit for Project Angel Food because no one should go hungry, and so I decided to use my show to kind of help promote that idea that everyone should enjoy a solid, good meal, and we have the ability to do that here, so I'm really happy to be working with Project Angel Food, and Chef Hunter is going to prepare a fantastic meal. So if you want to come, use the discount code Project Angel Food to buy tickets to the show and the lunch, but you can also just come to see the show.
I love this piece. I thought it was fantastic. I loved your acting in it, and I love the story itself.
Thank you very much. I'm so glad you got to come.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
The Meatball Chronicles will be playing at Broadwater Second Stage Theater from June 2nd to the 13th. For more information, go to www.hollywoodfringe.org/projects/4847.